الظهر.
Welcome back. The flying kick might actually be the most underrated, ignored technique in all of martial arts.
और 50 रुपया कट ओवर एक्टिंग के वजह
Because it is very camera friendly, it's very entertainment oriented, it's done in movies, and most of these movies, these videos, this Instagram, these TikTok videos, they're not real, they're not original, they're very flashy, and hence we also associate the flying kick with this. I'm going to actually present a case. I'm going to try and convince you that this is an actual technique which can be used in a practical, effective manner. And we're going to try and cover 3 topics in this video. 2 different variations of how you can use the flying kick in a practical situation. And number 3, how to make your flying kicks look better, because I've been someone who is using this to look cool on Instagram for a long time, because there are few camera tricks, there are few techniques you can do to make your flying kick look and feel better. The most fundamental question, what is flying kick? It's a kick you do when you fly? नहीं, हर आंसर ऐसा देना बंद कीजिए. आपने एग्जाम में ऐसे किया, मैंने भी ऐसे किया, इसमें नहीं. थोड़ा सा डीप में देखिए. Especially in Hollywood or Bollywood, for our generation, it's going to be very relatable, because Shri Akshay Kumar ji is always doing a side kick. It's always like a pose of a very nice, effective side kick, which is traveling in air. It's like a kick in which you get into a very dangerous position, and then he jumps. He jumps and he's actually flying. But that's not how it works in a little more practical sense, because there is only so much body weight you have. There is only so much explosiveness, power, or whatever you want to call it. You can't jump and then orient yourself in a certain manner and then believe that you'll be able to, penetrate across time and space and then hit somebody. It's not really going to happen. Now, here is the secret. In the movies, when they do this kind of technique, when they do this kind of a kick, there are mats over there. So, especially in the kind of technique we talked about regarding Akshay Kumar ji's kick, it would be like that, and just for that perfect 2-second slow motion clip, and after that, he would fall down on the ground somewhat like this. And he's done it many times, he doesn't get hurt. But there are mats, and that's not really a good strategy, because you're going to fall, and the other person, it's a lot of telegraph to be just, this is the bottom line. Doesn't work like that. Here is one of the 2 ways in which you can look at this as an actual option. You use your body weight and throw it towards the other person foot first. So that looks a little bit messy. It doesn't look good. It's not good for the movies, but that could be one of the most practical ways in which you can throw your body weight around. This is like a pushing, this is like a attacking thing. Of course, you will have to look at the timing. Yes, somebody can counter attack, somebody can move, and but if you're dealing with somebody who can do all that, you're probably already folded in half. So anyway, assuming all that is there, but still, this is a very good option, because imagine I'm standing over here like this. Now what happens over there is, there are a lot of options, a lot of things you can predict from here. But basically, if I just move forward, even if you block, even if you move, I just need to make some contact, and because of the weight behind it, because of the force behind it, you're bound to get at least disbalanced or at least disoriented. So basically what we are talking about is, you're going here, and of course this is a variation of this kind of a side kick. Now, yes, this kind of a side kick in which, yes, you're doing this kick, but now you're also using your body weight, so it's kind of like this. The concept is same. It's one kick, and then the body weight is added. You're kind of throwing yourself towards that thing. This will happen from a little more distance, because as you know, this is a flying kick. A little bit of flying is important. So you'll be over here, and it's basically, does it look good? No. Does it feel good? No. But this is probably better than all the other versions. This is how your foot could land over here. I'm not really suggesting that you go for something like this, like a straight front kick and jump with that. I would suggest you make it a little bit of a tilt. Doesn't have to be perfect sideways kick or even a back kick. It doesn't really have to be like that. You can just tilt. Why? It's more of a personal thing. Because I believe if you do this, I am much more, I have the ability to keep my body weight in the front. If I just do this, I don't feel like it. Maybe you're very flexible like that, and you can do that kind of a thing where your leg is extended and your body weight is still oriented forward. Maybe you can do that, no problem. So here are the options. You could either go like this, basically front forward. Of course, you'll jump a little and cover some more distance, or you'll go like this, and that really does not have a solution. Think about it. Yes, you may be very fast and you can react, all of that is true, but because of the weight behind it, because of the force behind it, I just need to touch, and wherever, even if it's just the arm or something, it's going to kind of cause some form of a disturbance. Basically, the plus points of this kind of a version is you can cover as much distance as you want, not as much distance as you want, but not like you will get from sort of. What we are saying is you can get from point A to point B. You don't need a mat for landing. It can still keep you in that balance. You will not lose your balance, and it's easy. You do not need to understand a lot of aerodynamics and astrophysics and chemistry and botany. So basically, a fat, out of shape, out of practice person like me, from here to here, yes, I can kind of cover the distance, and it was fast enough. Basically, at the end of the jump, at the end of this little long jump, it doesn't have to be this long for it to be practical, but at the end of it, you basically lift up your foot and land with that first. And your other leg, unlike the Instagram version, it's not going to be up over here and like that. It's going to be right where it's supposed to be so that you can land on your feet. Now here is technique number 2, which I consider also a practical option that can be considered, but it needs a little more awareness and a little more control over your hip and your body. It's basically you jump up first, and then you use your body, you use your hip, you use this contraction and expansion kind of a concept, and then in the air you do a hurting kick. It's not a push, it's not my body weight thrown across over here. This is a more close range, a very confusing for the other person, and not really, you can't really see what's happening. It's not that telegraphic. Basically, you'll get up from a close range, you kind of jump up, and there are 1,000 different possibilities what can happen from there. But what you will do is, from that weird jumping position, from where typically in the movies a flying kick was not possible, from that position you will use your body and you will make that side kick possible. It's not using the force from the floor. So you're not really coming like ooh and then doing the kick. You're basically just here, and in the air you'll have to manipulate yourself in such a way, whatever. Do something in such a way that your side kick actually makes sense. It's not this. This is what this is not. It's not about no, that's not how this works. And for how many different reasons that is a bad idea. What we are talking about is we're trying to lift up in such a way, and now from here you can see how many different things can happen. It can be nothing and it can be everything, because all those kicks and whatever you can imagine. So from here you can see there are different things, and basically everything starts like that, kicks. So from here we'll be getting into that position, and you'll use your hip and see how this is a little different. You will need that Instagram version of the lower leg, because that's what allows you to complete this contraction and expansion. See this? It's about like this. You're here and it's not very far away. You can do this from here. Basically, yes, compared to the other one, this looks a little bit better, because here at least it looked like a kick. Other one was just you jumping. This one looks better, and you do not need a run up. You do not need a long run, long jump, run up, or lot of space, a lot of time. It's just basically one foot, which you're planning to kick from, you put it back, lift it up, and basically the same concept you would apply in a side kick, in a back leg side kick. You will first get up, you'll take this up, then orient yourself towards the side, and then use your body in such a way that this power happens. This power is not happening because of the push. It's not the swinging of the leg, it's not the turning. It's basically one, and now I'm here, I'm going to do this with my body. Other shoulder goes in the other direction, foot goes in the other direction, and this kicking leg goes in the opposite direction. So basically, bam. And you see, you can say that's not side kick, that's back kick or whatever. That's how some more power can be added to the thing. The same concept will apply over here. You're basically closer than you would be. Now, because I'm actually kicking a 20 kg back, you will see some reaction is happening. I'm going back. But if this is aimed at the head, very hard to block, very hard to predict. And if you can actually make it happen, that can end the fight. Doesn't matter sports or self-defense or whatever, nobody is strong enough to take a head kick. It's just not possible. Unless, of course, until it doesn't work. It works until it doesn't. And it would look even better if you are doing it not on a punching bag. And this is the technique that you would use on Instagram, use on whatever TikTok or something to look good. Of course, there are camera angles, and I'll share that with you just in a minute. But now, this is the kick that looks good. You're here to make sure something is over here, and in the air, you'll go to practice. Maybe take one step forward, 1, 2, and this is what we're going to do. So basically, this, this. And you're looking at the target. Basically, the power comes from that, and that's it. And now, if you pause in between, it would kind of be a good, this kind of a pause. That is what looks good. Now, here is what makes your side kick or flying kick photos look better. First of all, make sure lighting is okay, make sure you have a camera, and then to make it look high enough, obviously you know this one, the camera should be down. So yes, very nice. थोड़ा सा और पीछे चले जाइए. That's it. Nobody knows. Now this looks weird, obviously, because I'm standing looking at the camera. This looks obviously fake. It looks weird. You can easily tell that the camera is down there. But now, when I'm going to jump, that looks better. It looks higher. What looked like nothing from that angle, I'll just simply show you a small jump. Yeah. And you can see I kind of touched the ceiling and I was near the bulb and whatever, because it's the perspective you're looking at from. And then tip number 2 to make it look better is the other foot. What do you do with this? इससे क्या करेंगे? इससे आप ये करेंगे. You must practice this and this and this. This is what needs to happen up there. That will make it look better. Doesn't matter how good the lighting, camera, whatever is. If you're doing kick like this, doesn't look good. The other foot needs to be tucked in. And then, of course, what do you do with your body? It's a little bit of a bend. Try practicing this. This is what we're doing. This is what you're doing. And your hand can be extended or like this. Try to make a cool pose. Look at the target. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at anything else. Just look at where you are jumping. And that's kind of it. If you do all these things, the kick, the photo, the video might look better. Basically, I'll try to show you. Yes, we are here. And you'll let the camera person know that this is where the kick is going to happen. This is where it's going to come. So that is the center of the frame. You come from the side. Take how much ever distance you want. And basically this. And it's okay if you fall down with your face first. But as long as you get the photo, it's all fine. You can sacrifice your life for doing this, no problem. Land on your head, no problem. Basically, because I want that tilt, I want that full sideways Akshay Kumar level angle. Without the safety of the mats, I will kind of lean back more than what I would do in an original practical fighting situation. Let's try again, and we'll try to pause that for you. So basically, better than the photos, if your cameras are not of good quality, better than the photos, pause the video and then take the screenshot, do some editing, it will make it look better. You see, the landing is not good because this is not how you're supposed to kick. And if you land like this in a real fight and you miss or whatever, you know what's wrong.